Good evening, Houston. Hey guys, I am so excited and welcome to, yes, KHOU's Bedtime Stories. Turn the page, Bedtime Stories. I'm telling you, I'm so excited to be a part of this, and I am so thankful that you have invited me inside your home to read you a book tonight. You know, here at KHOU, we love the kiddos and we love books, and that's why we are hoping to collect an estimated 20,000 books now through June 23rd, but we need your help. You can drop off your, yes, new or gently used books here at our station downstairs. We have a drop box. I'll give you more information about that a little bit later on, but I'm telling you, it's all about the books and it's all about the kiddos. And so, you know, growing up here in Houston, born and raised, I remember some of my favorite books. Curious George, yes, he was always adventurous and well, the wild things are. A little bit crazy. So I want to give you guys a shout out right now. So bring out your cookies and your chocolate milk and yeah, all the goodies, the Cinnabon, my favorite. So sit back, have a great time. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my grandma, my granddaddy, my nieces and my nephews, and all my friends out there too as well. All right, so tonight I'm going to actually read you this really colorful book. It's called Author Zarr's Amazing Art Car. Now it's written by Kathy Graham Nickel and illustrated by Bill Meganhart. So kiddos and parents, come on a little close and listen up. You're going to enjoy this one. All right, here we go, guys. So colorful. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Author Zarr lived alone in a small house. He had a small, plain car. He did not have any friends. No friends at all. Day after day, Author watched his neighbors walk by. He watched the children play. No one noticed Author because he was such a quiet man. Very quiet. You know, interesting. There he is, walking along the street, little friends, dogs, but very quiet at times. Author drove his small plain car to the farmer's market every Saturday. When he finished shopping, he went back to his small house. There you see him right there with his groceries. He has some vegetables. And of course, here are all the folks at the market just enjoying themselves. One day, Author found a large acorn on the ground. "This is a beautiful acorn," he said. He looked down at the acorn in his hand and looked up at the oak tree. "My car is so plain," he thought. "This acorn is just the thing my car needs." An acorn, huh? What is he thinking? Author glued the acorn to the front of his car. Then he drove to the farmer's market and he bought his fruit and vegetables as he did every Saturday. No one noticed the acorn. No one noticed Author because he was such a quiet man. Wow. But unique to have an acorn on your car, huh? The next day, Author found a plastic ball behind his bed. "I forgot about this old ball," he thought. This gave him an idea. Author drew two eyes and a mouth on the ball. Then he drilled a hole in the ball and placed it on the radio antenna. And there you have it. Wow. So he's drilling the ball right there, and there's the antenna. All right. What's up with Mr. Author? While raking his yard, Author noticed some tin cans that had been tossed onto the grass. "I don't like to see litter in my yard," he thought. Another idea came to him, and a grin spread across Author's face. He attached a can to each corner of his car. All right, so this is getting a little wild now. He has an acorn and some cans. What's going on here? And a ball? "There," he said, admiring the four cans, the acorn, and the ball. His car didn't seem quite as small and plain as it had before. There's Mr. Author, and you know, I can tell he has a little grin on his face. I like the glasses, by the way. That Saturday at the farmer's market, other shoppers noticed Author for the very first time. "That's an interesting car Mr. Zarr is driving," people whispered. A few farmers nodded and tipped their hats. Author smiled and nodded back, proudly climbing into his car. A woman rushed over as he started the engine. "Here," she said, passing a dozen daisies through the open window. "Maybe these will brighten your day, Mr. Zarr." "Thank you very much. They certainly will," he said. When Author got home, he placed a few daisies into each of the tin cans. Look at that. And she is so nice to do that for her. Yes, Mr. Arthur. Pretty soon, more people began to notice Arthur in his not-so-plain car. Even more surprising, Arthur stopped being as quiet as before. "Good afternoon," he now said from the porch as neighbors walked by. "Nice weather we're having," he called out to the children playing in front of his house. "We sure like your car, Mr. Zarr," the children shouted. "Thank you," he always replied. So yeah, Mr. Zarr is getting this attention. Look, all the folks are coming out. He's starting to spark some attention with his car. So, he's onto something. I really do think so. As a young girl approached Arthur one day with a pair of sparkling earrings, "I don't need these anymore, Mr. Zarr. They might look nice on your car," she said. "Why, yes," he answered. She helped Arthur dangle the earrings from the side view mirrors of his car. Neighbors offered to help decorate Arthur's car too. One man gave him the fake pink flamingo from his yard. Oh, so Miami. A girl no longer needed her swim goggles. A boy offered his toy helicopter. Another child gave up his plastic iguana. Arthur attached each object to his car. Oh, wow. Now, this is pretty spectacular and outstanding. I love the flamingo. It really caught my attention. That evening, Arthur smiled at the acorn on the front of his car, the ball on the antenna, and the 4 cans full of daisies. He chuckled when he saw the earrings dangling from the side mirrors. He laughed at the flamingo wearing goggles and at the helicopter with an iguana at the controls. Yeah, a little crazy, huh? Now, Arthur was delighted to drive to the farmer's market every Saturday. Everyone noticed his not-so-plain car anymore. "We sure like your car, Mr. Zarr," his new friend shouted and waved as he drove by. Oh yeah, now he's showing off, kiddos. I think he's building his confidence, you think? Yeah. "Thank you, you're so kind to notice," he answered. Looks like so much fun. I want to be a part of that party. Week after week, townspeople gave Arthur more items to add to his car. A jack-in-the-box, a kite, a lunchbox, and a funny mask, colorful neckties, long wooden oars, hundreds of pennies, and handfuls of quarters. The Boy Scouting troop donated some old rope, which Arthur wound around the front bumper. A girls' club gave Arthur a pile of breezy scarves that he knotted to the back bumper. Wow, this is pretty amazing. I'm hoping that this car can actually handle all this. It's a lot of weight. "Thank you. I know just where to put this wonderful object," he said. Each time his new friends gave him something. "We sure like your car, Mr. Zarr," the boys and girls and other folks from town said. So he's not only having fun with his car, but he's making new friends. Remember, kiddos, this guy was pretty shy and always quiet all the time. Arthur's car was definitely not plain anymore. Even the town's mayor noticed. "Mr. Zarr, have you ever thought about entering the art car parade?" she asked. I wonder if it's like the Houston Art Car Parade. You know, the one that we see every year. How cool is that? "What's an art car? What is an art car parade?" Arthur asked. The mayor described the festival of cars that honk through town each year. She explained that, imagine if people decorate their cars in hopes of having the most eye-popping vehicle. Motorcycles and bicycles could be decorated too. She encouraged Arthur to enter his not-so-plain car in the parade. It's a work of art, I tell you, a fantastic mobile work of art. You might even win the first place trophy. How about that, kids? "Well, I'll be," Arthur said. "Maybe I will drive my car in the parade, but I should find more items to make it complete," he told the mayor. There's the mayor, and he's coming up with more ideas. So, what's it like to actually be in an art car parade? I'm sure he's wondering. And of course, he wants to win the big grand prize and take the trophy home, kids. Word about the art car parade spread fast. A kindergarten class from the neighborhood school gave Arthur some tambourines they no longer needed. The postman offered his umbrella. A janitor lent an old vacuum. The high school coach donated his whistle. The music teacher added her xylophone. Okay, and here's Mr. Big Tex. Tex, the street performer, was happy to give Arthur his favorite yo-yo. Oh man, so Houston, so Texas. He has his hands full right here. And a big smile, by the way, kids. By the end of the week, most everyone in town had helped Arthur decorate his car. Nearly every spot was covered with some sort of interesting object. The only space still blank was a wide area in the middle of his car hood. I need one more thing, Arthur said. But what? What does it need to be special enough for the art car parade? As Arthur thought about his car, a man wearing white pants and a white shirt walked up. His clothes were splattered with colorful splotches of paint. He carried a pail in one hand and a paintbrush in the other. "Pratt's the name and painting is my game," he said. "I heard about your amazing car and I'd like to help, if you don't mind." Arthur stepped aside, did a little bow, and nodded his approval. Pratt painted a large zipper down the middle of Arthur's car. What? A zipper down the car? I never heard of anything like that, but who knows? It's all about creativity, right? And having fun. So here we go, kids. A large crowd gathered around. Everyone was excited to see the final touches being added to the not-so-plain car. Arthur looked at his new friends, smiling and stretching their necks to catch a glimpse of Pratt's handiwork. He saw all the men, women, and children who donated items for his project. He saw the postman, the janitor, the coach, the music teacher, the street performer, and the painter named Pratt. Wow, they all came out. At that moment, Arthur realized he wasn't lonely anymore. Arthur smiled as he looked at the acorn, the ball, the 4 cans full of daisies, the earrings, the fake flamingo. Yeah, I love the fake flamingo. Wearing goggles, and the helicopter flown by a plastic iguana. He chuckled when he saw the jack-in-the-box, kite, lunchbox, mask, neckties, oars, yes, pennies, tambourines were still fastened to his car. He saw the umbrella, vacuum whistle, xylophone, and yo-yo. He winked an eye of approval at Pratt, whose hand-painted zipper was still drying in the sun. Wow, look at all these people coming out to support him. The next day, Arthur sat up tall and proud as he drove his car in the art car parade. There were other fancy vehicles in the parade too. A convertible with shiny metal objects, magnets, and mirrors. A car painted black and white to look like a cow. A motorcycle decorated with colorful buttons. A truck covered with seashells. So, yeah, folks really brought their A game to this art car parade. The parade went down Main Street, around the city pond, and through the country roads. "We sure like your car, Mr. Zarr," everyone shouted when they saw Arthur. He waved back at his new friends. Wow, kiddos, look at that. Cars are everywhere. So much action, so much pizzazz, and so much color. I love this. At the award ceremony, Arthur wondered if he would win the first place trophy. He soon heard the announcement over the loudspeaker. The top winner is Mrs. Mack's Metallic Wonder. Everyone, including Arthur, clapped and cheered for Mrs. Mack. As Arthur turned to leave, he felt a tug on his coat. He looked down and saw the young girl who had given him the sparkling earrings for the side mirrors of his car. "Mr. Zarr, I made this ribbon for you because you're my friend and I hope you like it," she said. Arthur was delighted. Wow, I mean, how nice of her for her to actually give him, an award. He didn't take the top prize, but this little girl came up and she showed love, and that's so important. That night, Arthur Zarr was so happy he could barely sleep, all because of his amazing art car. And there you have it, kiddos. Can you believe that? So what I love about, Arthur Zarr's amazing art car is the fact that, Arthur, he actually came out of his shell and he embraced creativity, and he also learned that there are so many friends out there in our community, and you never know until you actually step out and open up to folks. So go out there, make new friends, and be a little creative. And who knows, I might see you at the Houston Art Car Parade sometime. So again, I want to just give a shout out to all the kiddos and to all the parents out there and everyone who's watching right now, because we love books and we love our kids. So we want to encourage you guys to continue to support our Turn the Page bedtime stories every night, and at the same time, support our big campaign. And so if you want more information, you can always go to our website, and here it is. I want to make sure I get this right. KHOU.com/turn the page, and this is where you can learn more about drop-off locations, online donations, and you can post pictures and your videos of reading to your kids or to your mama, your daddy, your granddaddy, and your books, and you can always hashtag it, hashtag KHOU Reads. And so again, our big deadline is June 23rd. We're hoping to collect an estimated 20,000 books. We can do it, Houston. Have a good night, yes, and you know, sleep tight. Eat your Cinnabon and your cookies and your chocolate milk, and I'll see you in the morning on H-Town Rush.